My concern is that Megatron, having gotten a taste of armed rebellion, will find it to his liking. All the gladiators across the Badlands, including Kaon, are rallying to join these Decepticons.
What if Megatron and I both appeared before the High Council?
Perhaps.
Librarian, my brother, you have done well. Yes, we should appear before the council and make arguments there. I do not wish anarchy, brother. Before this, we were just talking to each other, beyond the side of the grid. Now, they can ignore us no longer.
We are here to take up a question of the gravest consequence, for it is a question that has brought our society from peace to the edge of civil war. Further, it is said that former gladiator, now known as Megatron, is responsible for the disappearance of Sentinel Prime. This is a most troubling accusation and must be addressed. Under penalty of confinement and further justice, the High Council commands the Cybertronian of Kaon, known as Megatron, to present himself.
By what authority do you claim this name?
By my own and no other.
Are you not aware that names are presented at the will of all sparks and nowhere else?
I am aware of that tradition. I do not see it as the only possibility, though.
Let's not waste time with protocols. Surely there are more interesting questions to address. As surely, the protocols of the council should be observed. Your testimony before the council is commanded to be truthful and
So it shall be, although I fear that the complete truths will not please the members of the High Council.
Proceed.
In the beginning, I had no name. None of us did. That is where I first learned how life was for the lower castes, that none of you ever took a nanoclick to consider. Our lives are worthless. Until we decided what we were worth. We, the lower castes, we, the bots, who die in the subsurface mills and factories, creating all the things that you up here take for granted. We knew we were individuals because as we killed our opponents in the ring, we saw in their deaths the realization that they were individuals. So, we knew we were too. So if our lives had worth then, we had the right to names. And that is how the sequence of events started that led me to being here before you today. My friend Orion Pax, I thank you for helping our cause to gain that platform, and to the High Council. I express my thanks, and for your time and attention.
In what way are you linked to the terrorist bombings of 6 lasers and other sites a few megacycles ago?
I had nothing to do with those actions.
Are you not responsible if your rhetoric excites those unfortunates without your willpower? Do you not have the same kind of responsibility that this council and its members have, if your leadership position is to be taken seriously?
What you have to worry about is what will happen if my leadership is not taken seriously.
It would seem that we have already seen that.
I will say it again. I had nothing to do with these bombings or with the attacks on Alta Hex Station Theater.
You will say it again, and I will disbelieve it again. Would you have me believe that your co-conspirator, a data clerk in the House of Records, masterminded an invasion and kidnapping using a force of bots who identified themselves as Decepticons and specifically proclaimed their allegiance to you?
Decepticon? That's an interesting name.
You would think so, since it was you who coined it, was it not?
I would say that you should implicate neither me nor my friend Orion Pax until you have the facts. But if the term Decepticon is to be laid at my feet, I accept it. Sometimes deception is necessary when those who should listen to the truth will not, and will only understand they have been lied to and forced to see their own lies.
Representative of the guilds, Sigil speaking.
Speak, Sigil.
For thousands of orbits and more, since the disappearance of the primes in fact, the guilds of Cybertron have guided their populace in their decisions about life and work. If every criminal malcontent is given the chance to repent what we have spent mega cycles working to maintain, then I fear for the future of our civilization. I fear for Cybertron itself.
There is another here to testify. What say you, Orion Pax, clerk of the Halls of Records?
I say that Sigil makes no friends among unhappy Cybertronians because he is as pompous as any spark has been.
Yeah.
You claim for the guides. It's the power to determine the lives of every Cybertronian. Is this what the 13 would have wanted? As you confine each Cybertronian into a smaller and smaller space, with less and less room to go and see and do what he might want, you create a world in which no one knows how to look beyond anymore. No one knows how to imagine.
I can imagine an end to this session.
Fellow Cybertronians, members of the High Council, hear me. Megatron speaks harshly, but true. He has seen the truth of life for many Cybertronians, whose lives are all too often invisible. And if he is angry, it is anger born of love for an ideal and sparked deep in at our failure of this ideal. No Cybertronians is simply the mechanical sum of our pairs. From the smallest minicon to the biggest combiner, each of us contains a living spark that makes us who we are, not simply what we are. The time has come for all Cybertronians to be united. Cybertronians need a leader of the free.
A prime that recognizes that all Cybertronians are autonomous robots, masters of their own fate. I will say it again. Autonomous robots. We are all autonomous robots today. Autobots, should we need the name to rally around.
We will remember this moment, in this council chamber, as the moment where free robots break the wells of oppression that had taken the beauty of the spark away from us. Members of the council, the choice is yours. I wish your wisdom. For Cybertron, Autobots!
The question of freedom has lain dormant for far too long. We, this council, must accept our share of the blame for this. I stand before you, citizens of Cybertron, and I express my regret for my failure to see and acknowledge the pent-up anger caused by the perpetuation of the caste system. Without leadership, our civilization must surely founder. The matrix of leadership, more than any other remnant of the age of the primes, defines Cybertronian society by marking the leader of the Cybertronians irrevocably and irreversibly. But the matrix does not grant itself to whoever might find it. The matrix of leadership is on Cybertron, though it has not been seen in these many billions of cycles. Orion Pax, upon you we place the quest for the Matrix of Leadership. The Matrix of Leadership is yours to seek, because from this moment forward, you are Optimus Prime. Unite Cybertron and all of the Cybertronians. Usher in this new era you have spoken of so eloquently. In time of great need, Cybertron turns to those in whom the spark of greatness truly blazes. Optimus Prime, you must see us through the turbulent times that are to come.
But I am not worthy.
A fine show of humility. A fine show of humility. My friend Orion Pax came here saying he wanted to play peacemaker. He brought all of us here flying the false flag of reconciliation, when what he really pursued is power.
I do not want this. I still do not want it. I believe in Cybertron. I believe that Cybertron needs someone, that someone will always be found, and that some will light Cybertron's darkest hour. I don't know if I am that someone, but I respect the High Council, and I respect our tradition. I will try to fulfill the role expected of me. Brother, you believe in me, don't you?
Optimus Prime. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I believe you now.
Brother?
Brother no more. Cybertron calls for a new Prime, a new leader. It calls out in its hour of need and find a data clerk. This travesty.
I do not want to lead,
But
I will if I must. I would walk with you, brother. We need to.
You do not tell me what to do. The Council calls you a Prime. I defy them.
You will not speak to the Prime that way.
and this is no longer your chamber.
Stop! You will not fire at him. Not in the council chamber, if I am a prime. And I command this, you must obey.
Well done, Prime. And what if I told my gladiators to fire at you? Do you believe they would hesitate because you are a Prime?
I believe any Cybertronian must believe in the ideals of Cybertron. If I must be destroyed because I believe in these ideals, then so be it.
Decepticons, stand down. For now.
I would value your advice and your friendship.
I would value yours as well before you betrayed. But now you have been chosen. You have fallen into the trap they laid for you. And I can already tell you love being in their trap. You do not realize how many of us await you out in the Badlands. How ready are you to die?
I am ready to do what needs to be done, no matter how many Decepticons you drag from the pits.
And no matter how many Autobots you haul from the libraries and the art galleries, my Decepticons will meet you. You have the backing of the Council, but we will see who claims the Matrix in the end.
Optimus Prime. Perilous times are ahead.